Hey guys, it's BigSoprano. Remember the days when you were a kid and you would go through the game aisle and see a game that looked so fun just based on its box art? I know I have. There are plenty of video games that I'd buy just for the box art because it looked neat on the shelf. And I'm wondering if you ever felt the same. First impressions mean everything, and that couldn't be more true for the box art of a video game. Box art are the thing you see before deciding if you spend your hard-earned money on this or alcohol. So in today's video, I decided to talk about some of the best video game box arts I've seen. The Mario series is the first video game series I've ever played. There's a lot of great Mario box art. In a series full of unique box arts, I thought I'd show you my favorite ones. The Mario series has plenty of really good box arts, but one of the best has to be the first Super Mario Bros. Game on the NES. Everyone knows what Super Mario Bros. Is, the 2D platformer featuring the Italian plumber that changed the world. In this game, you have to jump over enemies and obstacles to get to fight Bowser and save the kidnapped princess. This box art goes hard as fuck. Something about NES Mario is just so damn cool. Oh yeah, instead of creating art for this cover, they just used a couple of sprites from the game. For that reason, I believe this cover art has aged very well. I love the solid red and white colors accompanied by a completely black background. It may seem like Mario just jumped off a ledge and fell into lava, but to me, the level is a part of the background, and Mario seemingly jumping from a platform in the foreground. You get what I'm saying? I believe that was the vision for this cover art, but correct me if I'm wrong and that Mario is actually dying. The next cover art is Super Mario 64. This is the first 3D platformer ever, or the first good one at least. In this game, you jump through paintings into open world lands that has various stars to collect, and it's your objective to get them all. This is a wonderful cover for Mario's 3D debut, and probably his best adventure yet. This cover aged very well because Mario's 3D model is very pleasing to look at. He has more sauce than any of the current day Mario renders. I just love the N64 models of Mario's characters so much. They look so unique compared to their modern day counterparts. I remember a time in my life where I was completely obsessed with N64 era Mario renders, and this brings me back to those days. This cover just feels so colorful and whimsical. It's simple, but beautiful. Next is Super Mario Galaxy, one of the greatest games of all time. Galaxy is the first of its kind, a 3D Mario platformer in space with linear levels and objectives. You have to collect stars to power up the Comet Observatory to go to the center of the universe and save Peach. Instead of a sunny background or solid color, Mario is in space, and the colors here are fire. I love the dark blue of this cover art. It just perfectly sets the mood for the game. At first glance, Mario Galaxy looks like Mario's grandest adventure yet. From the skies of the Mushroom Kingdom to deep space, Mario finds himself in a galaxy beyond our expectations. Grand Theft Auto is no stranger to the great box arts, but no other one tickles my fancy like the GTA 4 cover. Everything about this cover is so beautiful, it just makes me wish a place like Liberty City did exist in the real world. Without knowing anything about GTA, you can look at this cover and it tells you everything you need to know. Pure aura. The Call of Duty Black Ops 3 box art is hard as fuck. Look how badass the random guy on the cover, who is actually a police officer in the real world. I like this cover a lot because it just shows how mature the Call of Duty franchise is. A change of pace from all those kiddie games, like To Pimp a Butterfly. The cover is just so Sigma, and if you don't understand it, then I don't know what to tell you. Next is a game that you have to go outside to play. It would be NBA 2K23. And not the main cover. I'm talking about the J. Cole Dreamer edition. Just look how humble Jermaine looks. He's in the sky because he's been dreaming of dropping a good album. He's also wearing the J. Cole Pumas, which of course are so hard. His aura farming goes insane in this cover, and I aspire to be as humble as him one day. Sonic Adventure is another game that I would say had a horrible cover. It just pisses me off. Sonic Adventure 2's box art though, now that's a great cover. Coming back from watching Sonic 3, never really appreciated how good the cover art for this game is. A simple but effective cover. The cover seems to be inspired from the yin and yang. Sonic and Shadow are the opposite forces that complement each other, and this cover just shows that. The Yakuza series is one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. These games take place in Japan. Whether it's real-time combat or turn-based, you get to beat bad guys up, and funny moments ensue. These games all have crazy box arts, but I thought I'd show off my favorite ones. The single-handedly best Yakuza cover art is Yakuza 4, released on the PS3. This game has 4 protagonists that you have to play as in order, with 4 chapters each. The game is a brawler type, and each character has their own unique fighting styles. You can pick fights in the streets or through the main story. They decided to make a more minimal cover art compared to the previous one, and it happens to be their best cover yet, in the West at least. The red splash is so colorful to look at and paints into the background. Also, it says sex twice in the box art. Another great box art for the Yakuza series is Yakuza 7's Japan cover. This is a JRPG, a first for the Yakuza series. Instead of playing as Kiryu Kazuma, you play as Kasuga Ichiban, who loves Dragon Quest. That's why it's turn-based. Here you have a shot of the characters over a red and black background with 3 villains on the top, except one of these is not like the other. You guessed it, Yu Namba is not a villain, so I don't know why he's next to some of the villains in the game. I'm pretty sure whoever designed this cover played up to the part where Namba betrays you, but didn't get to the part where he comes back. I guess you can make the point that Arakawa isn't a villain either, but the way the game sets him up in the beginning, he definitely comes off as a villain. The next best cover art is Judgment's. Judgment is a detective spin-off of the Yakuza series, where you solve crime by beating people up, or by stalking people, or by chasing people. In this cover art, you see Takuya Kimura with shattered glass in the foreground that has a reflection of him seemingly shushing the player. This cover art is extremely mysterious and genius for a detective crime thriller like Judgment. If there's any covers about this series that fit the game best, it would be Judgment. To sum it up, while video game box arts don't make or break a game, it definitely leaves an impact on the legacy a game leaves behind. You'd be surprised what the impact of a single image can have on someone. You see, video game box arts might not mean much to Monk, but it is the first impression between you and the game. And if the box art was bad, you might have never picked up that game that changed your life. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?